Hey everyone, and welcome to another episode of What to Send This Month. Today we are talking about June. So as you might have noticed, summer is here. So let's talk about the big trends you need to be aware of. Up next, we're going to talk about the biggest e-commerce event of June, which is Father's Day. This makes about $20 billion. So we want to make sure you're getting access to it. And then we've got a couple of different cause marketing efforts that are happening in June. That's Juneteenth and Pride Month. And then, of course, we want to look forward to the next big e-commerce events that you should prepare for in July, being 4th of July and Prime Day. So let's go ahead and get started. All right, up first, let's talk about summer trends. Now, as you might have noticed, gas prices are up. So that means that people are going to be looking really closely at that discretionary spending. It also means that for big e-commerce events like 4th of July and Father's Day, people have already set aside budgets for those specific events. So it means that you want to tap into that budget that they've already set aside. People set aside around $170 for Father's Day and around $80 for 4th of July. Up next, we know that people are traveling more this year because of AAA, and Airbnb says that travel is up for the summer. So if you have items that help people travel, now is a good time to talk about them because it's very likely that your audience is traveling. And then finally, of course, it's graduation. So if you have any items that would be a good gift for young graduates, it's a great time to talk about those. And don't forget the teachers. It's a great time to talk about teacher gifts that you can provide as well. Now, let's jump into the big e-commerce event. That is Father's Day. Father's Day creates about $20 billion. That means that people spend around $170 per person on Father's Day gifts, the top items being cards, clothing, and special outings. But of course, it's not limited to that. So let's jump into some examples. But before we do, remember that Father's Day is a gift-giving holiday, so you really need to know when that last shipping date is so that you can tell people so they can get it there on time. I also advise that you go ahead and create a collection of Father's Day gifts so you can easily link to it. And remember that you're going to want to probably do multiple messages in a Father's Day campaign. Maybe that means you introduce the Father's Day gift guide collection. Maybe you focus on a specific gift. Then you give them a last shipping date so that they order by, and then maybe a virtual gift card, maybe on Father's Day itself. Now, let's look at a couple of examples. Here's one from Tumi. Here they are promoting luggage and accessories. I really like this message because it gives you a lot for your eye to look down the page, and they've got a lot of different practical items for dads here. This next message here focuses on the dad hoodie. I think this is so cute. They have utilized one of their great best-selling hoodies, and they have integrated that into Father's Day. So they're showing how you can hold all sorts of different dad-related items within the hoodie, and then they've got a cute father-son picture in there. And then we've got this one from Iron Neck. Now, it's promoting that, hey, you need to fix dad's neck pain. Again, they know that they help people fix neck pain, and they are combining that with Father's Day. So it makes perfect sense. I like how they've angled this message, and they've got a really clear and simple layout here. Now, if you are working on lots of different things and you maybe don't have time to put together some of the messages that we're talking about here, check out the Seguno template store. We have templates for all of the major e-commerce events and way more than that. It's a great way to get things done in less time, so go check out the template store. Also, if you haven't already, like, comment, and subscribe. This way you get the next episode delivered right to your YouTube so you can see it right away the next time we release a great video. Now, let's jump back into it. Pride Month and Juneteenth. These are both examples of cause marketing. Now, I will, of course, admit that as far as Pride Month goes, we all know that major brands have really latched onto that and are utilizing it quite a bit. And we've even talked about that here on this channel, and I can link to some resources. Juneteenth, I wouldn't say really so much has gone in with the cause marketing as much, but it is a really great event, of course, and people do still celebrate it. And I think that there are ways you can integrate it into your email marketing. But whenever you do anything with cause marketing, you want to make sure that you're being real, you're being authentic, you're being transparent about how maybe you're helping with the event itself. And if you're going to align yourself with charities or nonprofits, make sure that they are credible. Another important thing to remember, that these cause marketing events aren't for everyone. But if you are a member of these communities and or you think that your brand is a part of these communities, then please feel free to lean into it. We've got plenty of other videos on the subject, and I'll link to them. Up next, the big e-commerce event in July is 4th of July. It's right there at the beginning. People spend around $80 for 4th of July. It says specifically that's on food, and I believe that, but I also think that people spend it on other accoutrements for 4th of July. It's very focused on being a live event that you spend with other people. So let's look at some examples. Now here's one from Talbot's, and I would say that this is a really straightforward example of what the big box stores are going to send out. So Banana Republic, Talbot's, pretty much any store you find in the mall, I bet that this is the type of email you're gonna see from them. And for me, it doesn't really do the trick. They're really relying on a big discount, and that's not super special for me. What I think is more interesting is how you can tap into the event itself, which is what Carnivore and Bright Sellers have done here. They know that it's a live in-person event, so they're showing off how their products can be great for 4th of July, showing off a bottle of wine, showing off a charcuterie board. I think this is really smart. It makes a lot of sense. Now, if you're a brand that you're like, look, red, white, and blue just really isn't our thing, that's okay. You can definitely take it, put your own spin on it here. And of course, it's sunny out in the summertime and people are going to need sunglasses. So it's a perfect way to tie your product in with the red, white, and blue, which is what Blink has done here. And they've got some fun, they've added in a couple of red, white, and blue elements in here too, but keeping their own brand. And then finally, if you have products that people would want to wear on 4th of July, that is also something that you would want to promote. So here's a great example from Whiting and Davis, where they have stars, stripes, and crystal bracelets. This would, of course, be an item you would want to wear on 4th of July. And so makes sense that they're going to focus on that exclusively. Now, I did mention Prime Day. You heard that right. Amazon last year created around $11 billion in business for Prime Day, and it's becoming more and more of a cultural event. So it means that we should be talking about it. Now, here's an example from More Labs. More Labs sells direct to consumer, but they also sell on Amazon. And in this specific message, they are directing people from their email list over to Amazon. And if you are trying to increase your Amazon sales, or you already have a big presence on Amazon, this is a great way to maybe increase that. Now, if that's not you, but you still want to take advantage of Prime Day, I still think you could put a Prime Day special out there, put it in your subject line, and maybe subtly mention, why would you want to give your money to Jeff Bezos when you could give it to me, my real brand, and I get to keep all of the revenue from it, something like that. All right, and now it's time for the tip of the month. Today, I want to show you a really cool feature that we've just added to the new Seguno pop-up app that I think you're going to find really interesting. First, you can go within any of the pop-ups that you've already created and hit customize. Then you're going to want to go to the different sections. And if you go to the form section and add content, you can now do a checklist, which means that people can subscribe for different types of content because this will add a tag to that contact. So let's say you sell pet supplies. You could ask people if they want stuff for a cat or a dog or a fish or an iguana or a gecko or whatever. But you can now mark them as something and then segment on that later. So that is a really cool, very useful feature. I know that it was one that was requested as well. So I'm so excited to see that we got that up and running in the app. Okay, that's all I have for you today. Thanks again for listening. Please like, subscribe, comment if you have any questions or requests. I'm here for you. Thanks so much. See you next time.